What's up, everyone? Welcome to episode 187 of the Idiotic Sports Talk. I'm your host, Liam Gavin, coming to you live from my bedroom. And today I want to give you all my week 4 picks around the NFL. The kickoff is Thursday. Last week I went 9-7 on my picks. I thought I was going to go 8-8 again, but I'm a little bit above 500, so making some progress here. Let's start the Thursday game. Lions take on the Packers. It's going to be a good game for a Thursday night. Lions are a solid team. Both teams are 2-1. Both teams face each other in the NFC North. The Packers are playing home, however. It's tough to call. The Packers have been better than people expected. The Lions are kind of playing up to their standards that everyone thought they would so far this season. It's going to be a very tough game, but I just feel like over the last couple of years, the Lions have owned the Packers. And so for those specific reasons, I'm going to take the Lions to win a close one here. I'm going to go 28-26. However, I wouldn't be surprised if Green Bay won this game. On to the Sunday games, we have the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, this game is actually being played in London, so it starts at 9 a.m. Eastern time. Bright and early, we got football. Hallelujah. This is going to be a good game. This is going to be a very good game. Atlanta coming off of a tough loss to the Lions, while Jacksonville's coming off a tough loss to the Texans that nobody saw coming. So this is a toss-up. I feel like the Jags desperately need to win this game. Atlanta can't afford to lose either, but they can afford to lose more than the Jaguars can. I just see Atlanta getting back on track with their run game. As long as Desmond Ridder doesn't turn the ball over, their defense could slow down Trevor Lawrence. I'm going to pick them to win this game. I'm not sure if it's going to be a shootout or a low-scoring game. I'm going to say it's right down the middle. I'm going to go with Atlanta winning this game 25-21, but it's a toss-up. The Jags could take it, but I got Atlanta. Next is the Miami Dolphins taking on the Buffalo Bills. So Miami made history last week, destroying the Broncos, dropping 70 on them, scoring 10 touchdowns, just an absolute massacre. They just brutally beat them down with no remorse. And they're facing a Bills team who have won 2 straight. They're feeling good about themselves. This is a division rival game too, the AFC East. It could go either way. I'm high on Miami this year. I'm not as high on Buffalo like I was in recent years, but I do believe that Buffalo is going to win this game at home. I just believe that, they're starting to get it together, and these teams always split 1-1 every year. That's just how I see it. That's pretty much the sole purpose of my pick. I know Buffalo's got the better defense, but Miami's got the better offense. It just comes down to what quarterback's going to turn over the ball more, and that's it, and give those good offenses short field position. I got to go with Buffalo, though. I'm not quite sure if Miami's going to have the run game like they did last week. I think Buffalo's run game has been a little bit more consistent this season, so I think they're going to use their run game and get it going against this Miami defense. That's pretty suspect. So I'm going to take the Bills in this spot. I'm going to go 27-23. Oh, man. This next game, real barn burner. You got to watch this. The Denver Broncos taking on the Chicago Bears. The battle of 0-3 teams. Someone's got to win, though, right? I mean, Denver got their doors blown off of them last week. Chicago's just been an utter disappointment. Haven't won a game since last October. Things could change, though, this time. I mean, this one's literally like, would you rather drink poison or drink bleach? It's a tough game to pick. I'm going to go with Chicago, though, because I have Justin Fields as my fantasy quarterback, and this is the perfect spot for him to bounce back and gain some confidence to him and have him feel good about himself. Hasn't had the most fair start to his career. I wouldn't be surprised if Denver won at all. If you're a betting man, I would just stay away from this game. Probably bet the under. But yeah, I just see Chicago getting the win here. I'm going to go Chicago 17-15. Next, Baltimore takes on Cleveland. AFC North rival, smash mouth football. Baltimore coming off of a tough loss. Cleveland coming off of a dominant win. Both teams 2-1. Someone's got to go to 2-2. Someone's got to go to 3-1. I'm going to pick Cleveland here. I just believe they have the better defense. Their run defense is pretty solid. I think they're going to slow down the Baltimore run offense. Baltimore's very run heavy. And I just think they have the tools to beat the Ravens. They usually split 1-1 every year also, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Ravens won. However, I just see Cleveland taking this game. I'm going to go Cleveland 20-14. Next, the Cincinnati Bengals take on the Tennessee Titans. Both teams 1-2. Cincinnati's gotten the better of Tennessee in recent years, and I think this is where they continue that trend. Joe Burrow, he hasn't looked good at all. Same with the Bengals offense, but last game, the offense started to get it going. started getting it going. The defense stepped up big too. They're going against a Tennessee team that's not good. Their defense isn't bad, but their offense is horrible. And if you stop Derrick Henry, which they've done in the past, and make Tannehill throw the ball, they're going to have some success. Like, look at the playoffs a couple years ago. It's exactly what they did. They stopped Henry. He had maybe 50 or 60 yards rushing, and Tannehill threw 3 picks. So I think they're going to do the same thing again, and this is the game where if Cincinnati can win, where they start to get on a roll and get their old identity back. So I'm going to take Cincinnati to win this one 23-13. Next, the Rams taking on the Indianapolis Colts. So the Rams 1-2, battling Indy, surprisingly 2-1. Going to be a good game, I think. The Colts have definitely surprised some people. They've been running the ball a lot better, especially without Jonathan Taylor, which is a surprise as well. The Rams have been good too. They've lost very close games. So the both games that they've lost by a touchdown or less. So I think that this is the game where we kind of slow down on the Colts and we see the Rams' potential in this game, because the Rams really aren't that bad. Neither are the Colts, honestly, so far, but it's only going to be week 4, But I got to go with the Rams here. I think they're just going to have the better quarterback with Stafford. If Stafford just doesn't turn the ball over, great chance that the Rams win. However, the Colts have a good defense. I'm going to pick the Rams to win this one. I'm going to go 21-17. Next, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers facing the New Orleans Saints, a division rival. Both teams 2-1. Both teams coming off of a loss last week. I know that Carr's most likely going to be out with his shoulder for the Saints, so in comes Jameis Winston, and this could be a good spot for Winston to, get this game under his feet, get some revenge against his former team in a win, and really start to help the Saints, because last week, he didn't turn the ball over, but he just didn't seem in sync with the offense. But now that I think he's had some reps in practice, he's going to develop that chemistry, and it's going to show. Tampa Bay, they looked good the first couple games. The Eagles beat them up because they played a good Eagles defense, and I think New Orleans has a good defense too. Maybe not on the level as the Eagles, but they have a good defense, and I think they're going to slow down Baker Mayfield and the Bucs. I expect a low-scoring affair, though. I'm going to go the Saints winning this one. What's a good score? I'm going to go 18-14. Next, the Commanders take on the Eagles. So both teams 2-1. I'm sorry, Commanders are 2-1. Eagles are 3-0. An NFC East rivalry. I mean, I hope both of them lose. I hope they tie or something as a Cowboys fan. But unfortunately, I doubt that happens. It'd be cool if it does. You heard it here first if they do tie. But I'm going to roll with the Commanders here. I mean, I'm not confident with that pick at all. I just would rather have them win over the Eagles. They went to Philly last year and beat them, but Sam Howell looked awful, looked absolutely awful against the Bills, turned the ball over too many times. And if he doesn't do that and the Commanders are able to score in the red zone instead of turning it over down there, they definitely have a good chance to win. They have the defense to win also. Philly's defense is very scary too. Jalen Hurts, he's been playing well, hasn't been playing elite. He's been turning the ball over a lot, and if the Commanders' defense can get some turnovers and score off that, take advantage of it, then I think they're going to win. So I got the Commanders winning this one. I'm going to go 24-21. Next is another battle of 0-3. The Minnesota Vikings taking on the Carolina Panthers. This one's going to be better than Denver and Bears, because even though these two teams are 0-3, they at least are entertaining in their games. Kirk Cousins is playing at an MVP level right now, but it's a shame that they might not even win a game this season. And Carolina Panthers, they're going to have Andy Dalton out there, who played great last week, filling in for Bryce Young. Carolina can move the ball on offense. They can't really run, though, and they can't stop the run on defense. So Minnesota's going to have to use that run game with Alexander Madison. I know it just picked up last week, started off slow the first 2 weeks, but I just feel like Kirk Cousins and that offense is going to shred through the defense of Carolina. But I also think Carolina could do the same. It's definitely a 50-50 game, but someone's O's got to go. And I'm going to go with the Vikings getting this one done. I'm going to pick the Vikings 33-28 in a high-scoring affair. Next, the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Houston Texans. This is a toss-up, too. Pittsburgh was looking good the past couple of weeks. Their offense, not so much, but their defense, yeah, it's been looking good. And the Texans, they got their first win of the season. They've been looking good. C.J. Stroud's been playing very sharp, hasn't thrown a pick. This is the game where I think he throws one, though, to a very good Pittsburgh defense. I think the Pittsburgh defense is going to play their best offense for the offense, and they're going to go out there and get the win. I see the Steelers winning this one 20-10. Next is the Vegas Raiders taking on the Los Angeles Chargers. Both teams 1-2. Both teams are in the AFC West. Someone's got to improve to 2-2. Someone's got to drop to 1-3. And I think it's going to be the Chargers, because although the Chargers have a bad record, they've looked better than the Raiders. They don't turn the ball over, and they can get points. It's always a toss-up between these two, but I'm just going to side with the Chargers here. I think the Chargers handle them with the score of 30-23. Next, the New England Patriots take on my Dallas Cowboys. So New England got their first win of the season last week against my Cowboys, who suffered their first loss to an inferior opponent. The Cardinals should be better than we all expected, but Dallas does this. But I mean, Dallas needs to bounce back. Even if they lose this game, I won't panic. I'll be disappointed, but I won't panic. But they're going against a very good New England defense. And the problem is with Dallas, they can move the ball until they get in the red zone and they can't score points. They come away with field goals, but you need to score touchdowns to win in this league. And they really need to do this. I mean, New England's not as bad as people think. They can move the ball as well. Their defense is very good. Not as good as Dallas's defense, but it's up there. I got to side with my boys, though. Obviously, you know what it is. Give me the Cowboys in this spot. I'm going to go 27-20. Next, the Arizona Cardinals taking on San Francisco 49ers. Like I said earlier, Cardinals are better than people think, but they're playing a Niners team that's just on fire right now. I see it being close, but then I can see the Niners pulling away with it. So I think the Niners run game is what's really going to help them out with McCaffrey. So give me the Niners here, 32-20. Next is the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the New York Jets. So the New York Jets, just ever since Rodgers went out and Zach Wilson came in, it really hasn't been nothing special. I know the defense is still good. They don't give up a lot of points, but they're going against a Kansas City team who could score points. And I just have a feeling that Zach Wilson is not going to be able to move the ball against this Kansas City defense. Even though their defense isn't that great, Zach Wilson and the Jets offense isn't that great. The defense is going to get tired from being on the field for so long, and the Chiefs are going to capitalize on it. So I see the Chiefs winning this one 34-14. The Monday game, the final game, Seattle Seahawks taking on the New York Giants. The Giants are going to be well rested. It's probably been about, when they play, it'd probably be about like 10 days since they played, because they played last Thursday. They're going to have to be prepared to stop the run, though. They're going to have to be prepared to stop the run and not turn the ball over. Seattle just has to not turn the ball over on offense, and their defense hasn't looked good either, but I believe the Giants' offense is so bad that they could get some stops against this Giants team. And I just think Seattle's got the better run game. So for those reasons, I'm going to pick the Seahawks in this spot. I'm going to go 28-20. So that's it for my picks. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know, what do you agree and disagree with. My lock of the week is Kansas City over the Jets. My upset is the Rams over the Colts. So yeah, give me some feedback. Let me know. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Remember to follow me on my Instagram. Thank you all. I appreciate you all, and have a wonderful day.